placeholder right now.
That's what I made for my overlay for that. I'll double check though. Says we're live on my end anyway.
Yeah, it's up right now. I got it on my phone.
Yeah, it says
Okay.
we're live, but it just says to go shootout.
I didn't know if you wanted me to do. I kind of wanted to do the flyover, and then it went straight to the grid.
Oh, all right, that's cool. Yeah, however you want to do it.
I didn't know though. I didn't know if we.
Well, we're at we have 3.5 minutes left in qualifying. Want to fire that off right now?
All right, Hubcom, man.
What number are you? 69? I don't see you. All right, let me try it again. 3.
Here on the side of things for the Tiki Talks.
No, it's not letting me. It doesn't even show up in my admin box that you're here.
Let me do. See if I'm in there now.
No, I don't see. Let me reset it. Hold on.
Well, you're working on that. I'm gonna get Mettler in the booth here. Where's he at?
I can only see Hupka Motorsports, Midnight Motorsports, so I can't see Mettler.
Just remember, if whenever I do that flyover thing, I think I have it set where it picks up mics. That way we could talk whenever we transition out.
Gotcha.
So just tell me whenever to start it, and then
I got 2 minutes left in qualifying.
You want to go ahead and up?
Did it make you admin?
I don't see it in the chat and in the sim.
Nope. You could try that command again.
Hell, I thought all they had to do was right click on their name.
Yeah, for some reason I'm not showing up.
There you are.
You see me? Now. Am I in there?
Yeah, or you can make me or Papa's either one.
Yeah, give it to Cash.
There you go.
There you go.
I did it. We did it.
What's this race officially called? Is this the Ghost?
Bud Shootout.
Something or other. This is the Bud Shootout?
Just the Ghost Shootout.
Ghost Shootout. All right. Copyright infringement. All right, cool.
Hey, I put Bud Shootout on the top. Let me change that. Ghost Shootout.
Okay, we got 30 seconds left before we start the grid. Gotta skip the flyover, I think, unless we're gonna delay the green.
All right, go ahead and everybody just get ready to go live in just 2 seconds. Let me type Ghost in.
How much time is left for qualifying?
18 seconds.
Well, shit. I didn't even get to qualify.
Sorry. Okay.
All right.
Damn you guys.
All right. I'm going to hit the flyover. Starting now.
Nothing's popping up for broadcast. It still has the Ghost Shootout layover.
I don't know. I have that we're live.
Yeah, it shows live, but it just shows the
Yeah.
go shootout.
You know why it's not working?
There it goes. I see it. It's on. It's on. It's good.
Okay.
There must be just a very long delay.
Okay.
Can I get a mic check here?
I got you, Chris.
10-4. Just want to give y'all just a quick little breakdown of the night, make it real nice and easy. First caution you cause, you'll get an EOL. Second, you'll be held for a lap. Third, you will sit in pits for a little bit. Just keep it clean, keep it fun. Short race, just behave. That's all I can ask for. And if you guys could do me a favor, if you cause a caution, just own up to it.
All right. Hello and welcome everyone to the 2024 Go Shootout. I'm Lucas Whitehead, and in the booth with me I got Chris Cash and Chris. Is it Papa? I'm sorry, I didn't get to. I already messed some names up. I'm not too good at this first time here, but we're going to try to put on a good show for you all, and so is our drivers.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Any thoughts, Crash, about tonight's event?
I think this is going to be real exciting. We got 60 hard laps here at Daytona International Speedway.
It's good to be back here.
Tons of good drivers, tons of fun.
Zach Attack is back.
It's only uphill from here, I think.
Definitely, as they pull out here onto the grid, we'll try to get a rundown here of the starting lineup. Let's see here.
I don't have all the fancy equipment Lucas has got over here there on YouTube on his side, but TikTok this is going to have to do for right now.
Right, I'm trying to get that sorted out here. We can get the.
I can rock this if you'd like. We got.
Go ahead.
We have Dustin Hall with outside front row TJ Roberts. Behind him at row 2, Thomas Stewart and Ryan Gomez. Row 3 is Charles Whitehead and Austin Wheeler. Next row, we have Trey Whitehead on the inside, and to his right, Ryan Cloyd. Starting 9th, Ryan Sizemore, and defending champion, Christian Roos. Starting 11th in row 6 is going to be Caleb Collins, and to his right is Jonathan Cogswell. And we have in 13th, Joseph Grijalva and Matt Metler. Starting in 15th, TJ Hanley and Cody Turant in 16th. Starting 17th is Zachary Woods with Patrick McQuaid to his outside. Starting 19th, it's Caleb Mozelski, and 20th is Chris Wheeler. From there, we have Chris Zofield, Thomas Fisher, the Canadian, Dylan Ellis, Robert Gilliard, DJ Danielson, 25th. Starting 26th is Mike Sobanowski, 27th is Johnny Williams, 28th, Brock Whitehead, and 29th, Chris Hubka. And finally, rounding out the field, final 2 starters, Clifford Corriveau and Jackson Dixon.
So let me ask you fellas before they roll off here, man. How do you think this is going to go? Is this going to be an exciting race? Is it going to be action-packed? What are you guys thinking?
Well, a shorter format from the points race we have coming up in 2 weeks. I expect this to be a bit more aggressive, a little less patience. Guys trying to feel each other out and see who they can trust, who they can push, who they can pull. Here we go. Green flag flies.
Who's gonna take it?
DJ Daniels will take it through by
I could see DJ. I could see any of the Whiteheads taking it first. Their team's real aggressive. They have been all in the past seasons. So I guess we'll just see how this plays out and hope for the best here. Clean through the first lap. That's all we can ask for. Nice in the first lap here at these super speedways. Just absolutely. This car figure out where they need to be, how to draft the guy in front of them, and just trying to be patient is the main thing here. The guy last ended up top 5 at the end of the race because people in front of them are not being patient.
It's always fun to watch the start of the race because you kind of want to kind of feel out the strategy based on where you start at. I like to try and qualify well. But immediately, if I see the fact that the line I'm in, my inside line or the outside line, isn't quite lining up, I tend to fail. Chris, what's your strategy for the start of a Daytona race or a Talladega race?
I try to qualify in a good spot. I mean, I try my best not to be in the middle of the field because it's always my
It's going bad right now.
So, I mean, I try to qualify to stay behind him all race long. I mean, usually these are long races. I mean, these are 200 to 500 laps depending on which iRacing league you're in. And, I mean, it can get a little sketchy, you know, if you're not careful. You see Trey Whitehead.
A big check up there, yeah. Big check up.
Out. And, I mean, and of course, you know, everybody's got to learn this new redesign of the Toyota and the Mustang now, too. I mean, it's going to be different to push this year. There's always that rumble you got to kind of pop in between. Hopefully they can figure out how to do it. I mean, so usually with the Mustangs, you have that really flat front end, great to get some. Now, not so much.
Interesting to see the outside line it's got a 5-car length lead on the inside line. We're staying at the top. That's really important to note for later on. Typically, what you see is simply racing the top line clears the inside line with the proper clubs. I don't understand why they do that, but interesting to see this group with TJ Roberts.
We got one getting bounced out again, keeping it clean. Number 72 car coming back up the track, kind of crazy like. Let's see who that is right there.
That is Caleb Collins.
He seems to keep it green, keep it rolling. Not the way I would pull back onto the track. Trying to keep the draft this early in the race. I get it.
Here's something I wouldn't have picked out. My good friend Christian Rose is he doesn't like the lead early in the race. He's more of a stay back and be patient kind of guy.
There's the first reason why it looks like
we got a
Fisher in the middle.
Thundering 64 into McQuaid in the 77. Now we're 3 wide. 64 lost all his momentum there. He's got to go to the bottom and kind of let the field kind of reshuffle.
I mean, that's part of these shootouts. You get to learn, you know, you're going to be racing a very long season with all these guys. You get to learn.
And there's DJ 3 wide right in the middle.
There you go. You get to learn.
Pushing it.
You get to learn who's going to do what, who's going to react to this, that, the other. It's kind of a good little practice race. I mean, no points involved. It's a good preseason race. I mean, it's like a scrimmage in high school football. You go out there and see, hey, what does my team got? What does their team got? We're going to play later on the season. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, and Christian Rose out front getting the push from Ryan Floyd. The inside line is now pulled into a 2-car length lead. Christian is so good on the bottom here at Daytona and Talladega.
Yeah, I mean, and the sad part is you got guys who will the whole race either stick to the top or stick to the bottom. But in a race like this where you're pushing, shoving, you got to take the gaps. I mean, you got to get a little aggressive, get up, get your elbows out, race a little bit. But once again, it's still very early in this race. So who knows what can entail. You're going to have guys hopping in and out of spots throughout the race. So it should get a little exciting. It looks like we got the 55 pushing somebody there. The number 3 car getting them a little squirrely, but nothing major. Kept it green.
The middle, the back of this lead pack is not organized at all. Jalvo checked up earlier from that incident. Checked up under the line. He was 0.6 of a second behind this pack, and I thought he had lost the group. But because they're so disorganized, he was able to catch right back up, and now he's in Trey Whitehead's shadow, and you're going to pull back up to this lead pack.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said at the beginning of this, it takes one mistake, one guy doing something wrong, rather it's in front of you, behind you, whatever it is, to get you and him to lose 10 spots. I mean, it's very easy to do here at Daytona, and then you're spending the whole race like, all right, let's try to draft up, try to catch back. Sometimes you get too far out there, and then you're, fish out of water is the best way to put it. So hopefully these guys are back, tighten it up a little bit, like a zipper, zip it up and keep it going, get back on.
As a driver who's preparing to race in the duels next weekend, I'm watching things like this. So Christian Rose is in the inside line, right? He got a really big push in the 33. But the 55 car, who's in third place in that line, just cannot close the gap on the 33 to help the 33 push. That third car is so integral, getting a really good push for your entire line. He just either is unwilling to or can't close the gap.
Exactly. I mean, this is what I love about Daytona. I mean, You're either gonna crash it or you're gonna make it.
I'm going to make another example out of the defending champion here, Christian Rose. So let's watch this line as he enters into turn 3. He enters turn 3. He is not bottoming out at the yellow line. Well, he just did there. But he's giving a little space underneath, and the purpose of why he's doing that is he wants to give the chance for the second car to actually get that left front headlight just to the inside of his left fender before the push to help give the 33 a little bit of air first, but it also helps suck him right up to his bumper on the exit of the corner. That really helps push the line. Christian is, I've run, maybe I'm biased, I've run a few hundred laps with him, pushing me or pushing him, but he is superior in technical.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's why it's so important to have teammates in iRacing leagues. People, you got a lot of solo drivers, that are, I'll call them lone wolves, but having that ability to communicate with, like you and Ruse, me and Lucas last season, it's good to have that somebody behind you that you're like, hey, I need this extra little push. Let's go, get on my bumper. Let's see what we can do here. And I mean, you're starting to see that form right now. I mean, you're starting to see guys get a little closer, get a little more comfortable with the guy ahead of them, and you see that bottom line starting to make, forward momentum.
They're going backwards right now. The outside line really is gathered together. And now you see Matt Miller drop to the inside. He wants to lead.
Yeah, you gotta love this team driving here. I mean, it's a totally different aspect of driving. I mean, you have to have 100% trust in the guy in front of you, the guy behind you, and the guy to your outside. So
now the inside line's got a good train going. 14 just vanished. Actually, there he is. They had a good train going. They were bumper to bumper to bumper. I like to see the inside line now take the lead back here. We're double file all the way through the first pack here with a lot of patience being demonstrated as well. No one's pushing a third line here. Everyone's kind of sitting in their spot, riding this out. We're on lap 12 here.
Yeah, and everybody seems to be. I mean, we had a couple little oopsies, but it looks like everybody's keeping it clean for the most part. I don't see anybody doing anything too crazy. Looks like everybody's pretty, formed up, and we should get some good pack racing here. I mean, it doesn't look like anybody's dragging behind too far or anything like that, which is making my job as race control really easy. I say that, and then someone's going to do something here in the next lap or two.
Fastest lap of the race so far is number 95, Jackson Dixon. He's a ghost rookie. He's running Cup full time, and I believe trucks full time, and he's going to run the Cup Series part time. And he has the fastest lap. And this is a great example of why I think iRating is a terrible gauge. What makes you a league racer? He is a 500 iRating.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Jackson Dixon. He races with DJ Daniels, who's another very fast driver. Has proven that time and time again. And I mean, if you have the time to sit there and learn from somebody, like, hey, these are do's and don'ts. Keep it clean. You'll be okay. And it's obvious. It's showing right here. He's got a good drafting partner right now, and just handling the machine. I mean, you see a lot of times on these super speedways, you see cars zigzagging in and out, can't keep a line, and it looks like he's able to maintain that line, which helps his drafting partner push him even faster. Dip down to that inside line, trying to get caught back up. Got a little bit behind. It seems like he's got a good run, catching back up to number 7 there. So, let me ask you this, Mr. Papa. Who's your pick for tonight? Who do you got winning this one?
Well, that's the thing. As I know my buddy Christian Rose, he's owed one. This facility owes him a W here at Daytona. But I love the guy. I absolutely do. He's my brother at this simulator. He's my top pick. I can't not pick him. But that number 1 car, Dustin Hall, was fastest in qualifying. Looked great in practice. I was watching him do a lot of pushing, pulling. Really knows how to handle the car. I really like him. I think he fell back in the back a little bit purposely. Kind of built 7th right now. He's been in the inside line about 3 or 4 cars deep. I think he's just waiting for his chance to strike here.
let's give Mr. Roos here some of his own spotlight and that beautiful new number 14 car he's got there. That Smoke Pit smart sponsorship on it. And, you know, once again, you love Roos. I love him to death. I've raced a lot with him during the off-season, through a dirt league, through a late model stock car tour. And me and him we've had our little differences in the past. That's just how racing goes. But he is one of these drivers, man, I would trust any day of the week on the racetrack. It's always very clean. He just, at this track, does so many other people's things.
And that's the way it is. He's taken the white as the leader on at least 4 occasions in races I've been in with him. And for when he could stay toned every time he gets in that situation. So one of these days he'll find it, and I hope it's today. So the outside line's got a really big run. That 55 car on the inside line is just definitely not helping push. And I'm not trying to bag him. Just spectating that the inside line has the numbers, and they should be pulling a gap in the outside line, but they just can't get that done.
Lucas, are you back with us, buddy?
Yes, I'm sorry. I had some technical difficulties on my end of my headset, but I'm finally back, and we have some exciting racing, though, definitely going on right now.
Yeah, this is probably one of the cleaner Daytona runs I've seen here. The Ghost Cup Series in a very long time. Of course, later on the season, on the line, people start to get a little bit more aggressive, of course. But right now, we see DJ Daniels in that 96 pushing the 51, getting an outstanding run here.
Yeah, unpressured. There's no pressure on him. So they're just going to go bumper to bumper and push. The outside has faded away. Everyone's bailed from Christian.
Yep, and he's
kind of left out there. He's
there. He squeezes right on in.
Yeah.
How about Charles, though, out here leading this thing?
That's, if Charles wins this thing, he deserves MVP.
Yes, definitely.
Most improved MVP, whatever you want to call it, he deserves it. Charles is one of those guys, he's kind of honing his racecraft. We got some, Mr. Roos there gets pushed out there by Mr. Wheeler. I think Wheeler just came in a little too hot off the exit there. Had that wheel cut just a little too much, trying to get down in low.
He wants to get to the bottom. At all costs.
And that's the thing.
Wait, put him a break right there, let him in.
You've got to fight for your spot. If you want a chance to win this, you've got to fight for it.
Coming up on Zach Woods was a lap down, filtering through the pack on the inside line. I didn't catch Zach, but he lost the draft at some point and fell back. And it's taken him 19 laps to get caught.
Yes, definitely. And I think, Whitehead Racing is looking awful good right now out front. Got their teammates. I think everybody's just logging laps right now, though. They're just trying to get to the end of it and avoid the big one and keep everything in one piece.
Single file up front till you get to 7th in line, where you have the aforementioned Jackson Dixon with his 500 I rating on the inside of Dustin Hall with his 4100 I rating. They're side drafting each other. Dustin's got no help whatsoever.
Oh, we got
Zach Woods dumps.
Are we going for green flag pits?
Green flag stops are starting.
Actually,
locks up into the grass.
Let's see, I see Roos pit.
Leaders
Mr.
coming
Wheeler,
in next time through.
The number 11 car here, Mr. McQuaid, looks like he just drove right on through the pits. Same with Mr. Hupke here. I think they're trying to get drafted back up here. Leader's still out.
Leader's coming in this time, as per the call.
Now I'm going to give the people at TikTok a little in-car chatter here. I'm going to turn on the voice chat, see if we can't hear any.
A lot of cars coming in this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 14 cars coming in right now.
As you hear these drivers calling in, pitting in, that is
right here.
That is a, we'll call it chivalry in the world of fly racing. You're just letting all the guys know behind you, hey, I'm about to slow down. I'm about to pit in. Please don't kill me. And hopefully at a track like this, you've got guys who are like, you're teamed up with somebody, they're watching your strategy, they're like, okay,
31 in the time.
I'm going to pit with him.
43 this time.
Draft back up to the pack together and hopefully finish this thing strong. That's
interesting strategy here is the Whiteheads, Brock and Trey, are the only two that have not pit yet.
And I think
how that strategy works out.
And what I think they're doing, they're trying to get back to where they were at the start of the race. Both of them are very strong qualifiers, qualified pretty high if I'm not wrong. Sometimes you can stretch some runs out and hit a lap or two afterwards and still maintain your position. But the thing is now, you're going to have a lot of guys stretched out. You're not going to have a whole lot of packs together until someone catches up. Of course, you have these people back right up in the front, but most of them have not pit yet.
Well, now with the Whiteheads having pit, everybody has pitted, and as it cycles around, the leader will be Charles Whitehead.
That's what you want in a team. If you're going for, in the season, if you're going for team points, you want somebody out front there that can, that way your team.
Actually, my apologies. Matt Mellor in the lead. I apologize. My settings were off. So we have Matt Mellor in the lead, and he is pulling Zach Woods, who is the only car a lap down, hoping for a lucky dog here. Got a good run here from the outside from Jonathan Cogswell.
Coming on the outside strong. The 71 pushing them. Getting a little...
That's a tough push. That's a tough push.
Of course, now we're back 3 wide. 71 falling through that sucker hole there.
Yeah, the 8 gave him a bad push out of there and kind of moved him out of the way.
And I mean, you got Mr. Fisher here. Me and him talked a little bit after Coliseum. He is another rookie racing for Ronnie Simon. He may not be used to this drafting, business. He comes from oval racing, or not oval racing, but GT3 racing, Formula V cars, stuff like that. So he may be one of those guys that you're kind of like, you see them rookie stripes, you're like, do I want to push the rookie or not? So,
yeah, this is a daunting task when you're pulling the whole line like this. You're gripping that wheel tight. You want to make sure you hit all your spots. Right behind you, you have who's that? That is Brian Cloyd.
Yeah,
he is absolutely beating that bumper in.
And he's been in the Go Series for some years now. He'd be a great person to push. He's pushing it on that coalition. But you've got to maintain that line. You can't be beating the back.
Yeah, to give credit for Thomas Fisher, he's holding a great line in my opinion.
Yeah,
he can line him up.
He's doing what everybody wants to do. Okay, yellow. Hopefully these lap cars get out of his way.
Speaking of lap cars out of the way, Christian Gross looks like he got a penalty there. He had to come back and
I think
stop and go. Yeah, he came in hot there. That was that first pit stop was tough. I was thinking back to the green flag stops when the 2 Whiteheads stayed out. I don't hate that strategy because first race of the season very well could have a caution with the cars getting on pit road. If you play your cards right, you can catch a few guys a lap down and really give yourself a big advantage going into the race. Here we go again. Let's see how Thomas Fisher handles catching a lap car here. Is a low line, tries to navigate around the 51 car of Charles Whitehead.
Tight squeeze for Mr. Joseph.
Real
47. And it looks like you've got a lot of Sizemore guys. You've got Thomas. You've got Ryan Sizemore himself, Brian Cloyd, TJ. I mean, a lot of those guys.
Oh, big contact. 71 again.
Getting a little spicy here. A little spicy.
Got to turn that car into an open wheel car here pretty soon if he keeps beating those front fenders up like that. Again, the 55 is right back in the mix here. He likes to run out front for sure. That is Ryan Gomes. Likes to be out front. I just want to see him be more aggressive, get to the back of the pack. That's kind of my thought. If I'm a racer and I'm running around him, I'm noting that gap he's leaving. And he's either just hesitant to get up there and push, he wants to take a gap and be safe. If I'm in that position, I'm probably bailing out there a little bit and going to the back of the pack. Especially this front pack. Looks like it's about 13 cars in this pack, plus Christian Rose.
Let's give a little insight. Let's give a little in-car camera to Mr. Ryan Sizemore here. Trying to push Mr. Fisher along here. Keep him in the lead here. I mean, this just gives the perfect angle. See the pitch of this track. The angles of it. How close you got to be to somebody to keep that speed. I mean, and of course, you see him 5th gear, topped out, giving it all it's got. Some would say giving it the beat. And then, of course, we'll fall a little bit back here to the track. Mr. Bruce here. He's in the back of the pack, just trying to hopefully hope for a caution, get his lucky dog, or he gets a little aggressive and makes his way through the field. I mean, may never.
Yeah. That's the patient Christian Rose that I'm used to. He'll ride the back of the pack. He'll run an ultra smart race. He won the championship last year, not because he was the fastest guy every race. Definitely is a great race manager. Really is able to keep his car clean. If it's not clean, he helps run a smart race to get himself in his spot where he's back in it. Most important that was last week. Eight and 3, really pushing a big gap out here in front of Brian Cloyd.
Pushing out like that at a super speedway, it's one of those things you
doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, you either live by
caution
the
is out.
or
Caution is out.
Caution is out. Let's see who we
Real quick, and then tell
got
me what you
here.
got.
Looks like we got the 00 of Mr. Cody Tarrant here. Let's see, who did he get into here? Get my cameras flop around here. Go to, let's see, where's my chase camera? I've got some new software here I'm trying to learn myself, so.
Looks like we had the 72, the 54, and the 7 were involved in that as they're off pace.
So it looks like we've got Mr. Tarrant right here in the 00 here. Coming off turn 1 at 2, it looks like, and Cody just comes down into him just enough. That last accident is going to be on Mr. Tarrant. It looked like you came down on the track a little bit on him, buddy. You'll be getting the EOL.
Race control has issued a penalty to Cody
Tell
Tarrant.
them to turn the replay graphics down in the options.
To receive an end-of-line penalty for that.
Finally had to do my job here.
It does happen. You're wearing 2 hats here, Mr. Cash.
See what the race chatter is going on there. Caution.
Yeah, I know when I
Race chatter is
streamed
the broadcast.
Daytona 24, it was like
That's actually
super,
the chatter.
super
That
buffering and
Need to stutter.
laggy. Because I had my replay
Wave, I'm
turned up
just
for
going
the
to sign off on it.
screenshots
I'm
and
tired of
stuff to have
fooling
the
with
high
it.
quality.
All right, let's give. You know, we're still live here on TikTok. I know it's not going to be the best thing here. I don't have SDK. But let's give a little rundown.
Look it up.
A little rundown here.
A little friendly fire incident there entering the pits.
Oh,
Ryan Sizemore got turned entering his pit box by Brian Cloyd.
You'll
Any damage on that?
You know what they say. You'll have that on them big jobs. And what I'm looking at right here is it just looks like you've got 2 guys, you know, close to pit stall, just kind of misjudging a little bit. It looks like Sizemore went in just a little early. No biggie. You know, they get one fast repair and they're right back out on the track.
I think you invest the time to get the car fixed there in that situation. They can't need more than a couple of seconds repair.
Yeah.
A little flex tape on that. Hit it with the mallet. Get it back up.
Nothing I haven't done before.
So it looks like everybody with the exception of Zachary Woods, who I believe is getting a lap back here, hoping for a wave by here. I think Zach Woods is waiting for a wave here. As it cycled back out, Thomas Fisher is back in the lead.
Checking up, middle backstretch.
We still have 25 cars in the lead lap here, the 25th car being Mr. Christians.
Yeah, and let's
Charles Whitehead, Jack Dixon, Pat McQuaid, Chris Hubka, Zachary Woods was about to make a wave around. And my friend Johnny Williams, the 00 car.
Correct.
And it looks like here we've got a little quick rundown of everybody here. You got, let's see, I'll do it from iRace. I'm not sure how accurate this software is.
That was a love tap, Caleb.
Looks like you've got in P1, Thomas Fisher, Ryan Sizemore, Brian Cloyd, Mr. Joseph
Johnny,
G,
buddy, where you at on the
TJ
track?
Handley, Chris Wheeler, TJ Roberts, Ryan Gomez, Jonathan Cogswell, Austin Wheeler, Matt Metler, Dustin Hall, Chris Zofield, Thomas Stewart. Where am I at? Let's see, Trey Whitehead, DJ Daniels, Dylan Ellis, Caleb Collins, Brock Whitehead, Caleb, I'm going to butcher this, Modzilzowski, and Mike Solbanowski, Clifford Cavoro, It looks like they're flip-flopping positions here.
Yeah, we just crossed the start-finish line, so it's updating here. Zach Woods did get the wave around, so he will cycle back to the back of the longest
Good
line.
deal. My screen blacked out for me a little bit there.
Oh, just past the halfway point of this race here. I expected a lot more cautions out front. This is a lot smoother than I expected it to be, especially with a lot of new folks here and this not being a points-paying event. Really just a fun race. I expected there to be a bit more aggression. With that, usually comes more cautions.
See how many laps? So we've got 29 laps. I mean, you can start seeing people being a tad bit more aggressive, wanting to move up to the front.
Well, we should have, if it stays green, we'll have at least one green flag stop here. I do not think we're going to stay green. That would almost, as a strategy perspective, I would bet on not staying green.
And then you have Mr. DJ Daniels here in control of this restart. Of course, anybody that's new to NASCAR knows there is a restart zone. You'll see a giant blue Geico banner across the bottom of the track, and that should be your restart zone.
These guys have about a 16 or 17 lap pit window here on fuel, so
Oh, so they're running really short fuel.
we're definitely going to be taking a green flag stop if we stay green. We're around like 48. That pit window start. The green flag is out.
You got Mr. Fish out there to a really nice run up front.
Leader does get to pick his position inside or outside line.
I believe that is correct.
He's chosen the outside to be in front of his teammate TJ Hanley. Inside line is strong though. You have DJ Daniels being pushed by Austin Wheeler. Anybody who watched this racing during our podcast leading up to the race, I believe those two were picked almost everybody.
We have some very strong pushers up front here. A lot of Sizemore drivers. A couple Whitehead Racing drivers. So let's see if we can all get along here, make it a green flag run to the end.
I'm seeing Dustin Hall in the one car again, sitting inside row, fourth car deep in the inside, just very patient. He's very smooth in his entry. He's consistently smooth through the entire corner. Very well under control of his vehicle at all times. I like him as a shot to strike.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said at the beginning of this, you got to be patient, but at the same time, it's a very fine line.
Oh, we're wrecking. DJ Dennis is wrecked. We're racking him up.
Caution.
That is the big one.
I've seen DJ going around and Mr. Hall's camera there.
The 47 got some assistance there.
So let's see. Let's back this up a little bit.
47, Joe Grivaldo came from the top side to the bottom side, thought he was clear. He did not clear DJ Daniels. He did catch the back of Matt Mettler, who checked up just as he was coming across the nose.
You called me clear.
I was going to stack up.
That's
a racing deal, in my opinion.
That's my fault. Sorry.
I mean,
the spotter's been kind of weird
clear.
today.
You got to be clear. You got to listen to your spotter.
Sorry.
Joseph's in voice chat claimed it. It's on him.
Hey, race control. TJ got a black.
If the 45 didn't have to check up, he would have been cleared and had that cleared, but you got to check up, and what it is. That's getting Daytona'd, everybody.
Yes,
talking about with
that one's
Frank Christian Rose always gets Daytona'd at some point.
Just came
That's one of those things where
like he claimed it.
unavoidable.
You claimed it, brother.
Yep.
A lot of damaged cars rolling around right now that will be using the faster car, I'm sure. I see a lot of framework, radiators, and firewalls right now.
And let's see. For some reason, it's saying that.
Hey, can I still pit even though I have that EOL, or will it flag me again, or?
You should be able to pit. And
Hard
it's
check up.
saying that TJ got a black flag here.
Yeah, Joseph, you'll be able to pit.
He did. It's because of the choosing the outside.
Oh, okay.
That's got to be.
Risk he's got black flag there now if you do anything.
I'm on it.
I gotta let the 99 by, but he's 15 seconds behind me.
Let's see. Let me find Mr. TJ here.
You want me to wait at pit entry or just pit or?
Let's see. Clear penalties here. I about accidentally hit the wrong button on my black box or on my admin box, so I just unplugged it. So I'm having to do everything manually.
It's all right. A lot of fast repairs taken there. I don't think anybody even really took gas. That might be a mistake. Those were some really quick stops. I feel like in that situation, I would have definitely have taken fuel. Now, 60-lap race.
Hey,
Do a little quick math. If it takes us to 43 laps to go would be your window for
I'll clear it for you,
race
Joseph.
to stay green to get to the end. We're at lap 35, so we're still
Thank you.
in a pit window racing situation here.
Second race of the season, guys. There's still a lot of kinks to get out.
I mean, of course, you got Mr. Joseph here getting his repairs after that big one, and that's Daytona. There's always the big one.
We are crushing one hell of a TikTok podcast right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, we are. And I just want to give a quick shout out to all the sponsors of the league, mainly Chris Hupke himself for putting this on for everybody. It's always fun. You've got skill levels across the board. You've got some guys that should be driving in real life in this league. And then you got guys who are just like, hey, I'm new to Oval, love to learn, get picked up by a team, and then next thing you know, they're pushing top 10, top 5 positions towards the end of the season. Tons of fun. You make some good friends. You know, there's tons of off-season stuff, tons of charity races. I mean, if you're looking for a fun league to get into, what is it, Spooky Simulator Racing League now? He just renamed it. They have truck races. There may be some words of some other series starting here soon, so keep your eyes out for that as well. But please come join us, have fun.
Still cycling around, some pit stops here, and some carnage still being unfurled. Track being cleaned out. There's body parts all over the place, I believe, still. Maybe some speedy drive being applied.
Trying to get Lucas Whitehead. I'm sorry to our YouTube viewers here. He's having some technical difficulties. Once again, we're going to show this whole thing live here on TikTok. This may be a regular thing. I'm not sure. We're just working through the kinks here. So, I mean, still tons of racing to do. You see Mr. Ruse back up there in P2, like you said. Staying patient. That's what it pays off.
I don't know how he cycled back up there. He was a lap down. I don't know if he got a lucky dog there. I kind of lost track of it. But Caleb Madzelski, I ran some practice laps with him back at the qualifying event. And he's a rookie to the league as a free agent. He and I ran some quality laps. He is one hell of a drafter, I'll tell you that. He and I teamed up. We ran the fastest laps in the qualifying practice session by quite a good amount. And I pushed the hell out of him for about 4 solid laps, buried my nose in his bumper, blew the thing up. But we were flying. He does run a really nice, smooth, clean line. That's a great-looking race car, too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is. Are we 1 to green?
I believe we are 1 to green.
Okay, I won't pull anybody up here. I won't be like,
Lights
hey,
are off in the pace car. It's from the blimp view.
I know you're trying to start here, but now let's see if Mr. Ruse can pull this one out. Coming back from a lap down, like we said in the beginning, stayed very, very patient here. But like you said, Caleb on the inside there, very good speedway racer. And of course, he has Mr. Fisher behind him along with TJ, so he's going to have some great...
The outside, we got Christian Rose with Austin Wheeler, who flies, and Dustin Hall, who he's a sleeping giant here. Green flag flies. We are back to racing.
Good push from the bottom 3 there.
Yeah, they got a really good start there.
But like we said, you live by that sword, you die by that sword. So we'll see if the outside line can't gather it back up and get it going.
They don't have numbers, though. It's a couple of trios here. It's like playing Fortnite. A couple of trios floating around.
Well, Mr. Pappas, why don't you do me a favor, man? Let's talk about your little company there, 1-3 Speed button boxes, man. I mean, let's give you a little shout out here. I've got one of them, absolutely love it. I know quite a few other drivers in this league are also proud owners of your button boxes. If you want to give yourself a little shout out here while we're letting this unfold here.
Sure, man. Thanks. I started building these button boxes a few years ago because I was in the market to buy one. I just couldn't find one that fit my budget and looked as good as I wanted it to. There's some crazy over-the-top button boxes and some really amateur ones, and I wanted to build one that was right in the middle that fit my needs, and I did. A lot of people wanted one, so that's kind of how it's born. It's born by demand, ultimately. It's fun to build them. I run a marketing agency professionally outside of all this stuff, so have a big advantage when it comes to putting things together, like the website and e-commerce platform. So yeah, now we're now shipping globally. Just shipped a couple of boxes to Europe, one to Australia yesterday. So opened things up quite a bit, and yeah, a lot of guys. It's fun to be out there in a race, and then you see an official race, and you see a guy with a 1.3 speed sticker on his car that you've never met before, but you recognize the name.
You got Trey
and we are
Whitehead
wrecking.
turning.
That's
another big one there.
Honestly, the replay that looks super clean. That's surprising that they wrecked.
It looked like you just got a bad push from Trey Whitehead into DJ Daniels. Yeah, just right there on his quarter panel. I mean, you got it a little off to the left of his bumper. That's part of it.
Dark Hill.
That one's going to be on Trey Whitehead. Just got a little on the outside left of DJ's bumper and turned him. And then caused the mayhem.
Not a combination that you would have expected would have had a bad push there. Two very experienced super speedway guys.
I mean, and that's
surprised to see that.
And that's just proof it can happen to anybody. I mean,
entering 3.
One lapse in mental state, you make a mistake. I mean, you got to stay
I gotta
focused.
let you by, buddy.
I mean, that's just part of it. And of course, you
Can
see
I get an
here
EOL?
the absolute carnage.
I'm barely under control on the apron, so give me some room over here.
Let's see, Mr. Zofield's asking for an EOL. We'll give him one. Looks like he is blown up. Got caught up in that carnage there. Let's see, moved into the line.
Yeah, they were pushing super clean. At least from my preview, they were.
Are you coming down?
Center bumper to center bumper.
Yeah, go ahead
maybe
and
just
pass
caught him
me.
just at the entry of the apex. Took the air off the back, and around they went for the second big one. On lap 39 now, still outside of that pit window to get us to the end here. Curious to see if anybody pits and then tops off at the very, very end. Caution.
What are we doing?
Of course, somebody is not happy.
I just got okay. This is terrible.
Going into pits. People a little crowded in there going
Sorry,
in.
Brock. I tried to stop. I even swerved away, and it felt like you guys just stopped suddenly.
It looks like you're going to have most of the field
not your fault,
stopping. Probably going to top off for fuel.
Like I never
From a
left
league
Lucky
perspective,
Dog,
this is why
baby.
you have a race like this with a full field, everybody invited. This is a really great opportunity to each other out, kind of get used to pitting with a big,
black flag
field.
clear.
When I first started to run league races, I was one of those guys that went from like dirt
get a
cars and
black
street
flag
stocks to like a cup car in a league race.
My
first time I had ever done a pit stop, a green flag pit stop, was in a league race.
I asked for an EOL.
I didn't really even know how to do it, to be honest.
They gave me a passing under
None
yellow.
of these guys are in that same situation, but you're pitting with guys that you've never really run with before in some cases. So it's a great chance to kind of get used to the flow into the pits approach.
And that's the big thing. I mean, racing a very long season, you get used to how certain people drive. Let me do this. Let me pull Mr. Hupka up in here. Hopefully he's not cussing at anybody. Here we have Mr. Chris Hupka here for our in-car interview here. Let me get to your car here. Brother, how do you think this race is going so far?
It's going pretty good. I just made some few mistakes here. Got a lap down. Trying to get it back now.
Well, brother, I mean, are you staying patient? Or it's time to step up on it or get aggressive? I mean, what's your plans here for the rest of the race?
I'm going to start trying to be more aggressive here. I just need to work on getting that lap back first and then work my way through the field.
10-4, brother. Well, we just want to give you a quick little interview here. Thank you for joining us real quick. I'm going to get you back down there with your team. Tell Ruse I love him.
All right, you got it.
I mean,
Looking the bear, aren't you, Cash?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said before, me and Ruse had our little tiff last season after Watkins Glen, but after racing with him so much on the off season, me and him become really good buddies, and we kind of have that relationship. You know, you see your buddy walking down the street, you flip him off, and you both laugh about it. That's kind of where we're at.
We're racking up 2 wide here, 1 to go. Lights are off in the pace car.
got more cameras.
Cody Tarrant is the leader as we cross with 1 to go. Received a penalty earlier in the race for initiating an incident. Chris, when you're in a situation like he has 1 penalty ready for incident caused. Second penalty here in this league initiates a stop and go penalty, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Correct. So the way I was explaining the rules is 1 flag's an EO, or 1 cause of caution is an EOL. Move to the end of the line. Second one, black flag. Third one, you're supposed to be parked for the race, and of course that one's kind of a lenient penalty. It's kind of up to the discretion of race control on the severity of it. Of course, if you have a guy, he's on his going on his 3rd strike, self spins. It happens. Everyone does. You kind of got to cut that guy a little slack. He didn't hurt nobody. But if you got a guy that's a lap down, 3 caution, he's going on his 3rd strike, and absolutely stacks the field up and turns into a Walmart parking lot, you're going to be parked for the rest of the race.
So if you're Cody here, does this change your approach? You're on a warning already. Does this change your approach, especially coming from the lead?
I mean, once again, it's that fine line we keep talking about. He's going to have to find that fine line of being patient, staying clean, but being aggressive enough to keep the lead. I mean, he's in full control of the start, so, I mean, it's just going to come down to what his mindset is. Maybe he's ticked off, driving mad, or he's like, okay, let's keep it clean, keep it calm, and just make it through it. So,
interesting things developing here now. So now we have Cody Tarrant on the inside, taking the green right in a moment here. On his bumper is the 55 of Ryan Gomes. So I mentioned before, was not pushing. Now he has to push. That's easy to do.
Absolutely has to.
Does not get there. Doesn't get there. The 1 car of Dustin Hall outside with Thomas Fisher. Let's see if he can give Thomas a push to lead to clear these guys by the exit. Big group of cars. 5 cars all lined up on the outside. I'm the 33 car. If I'm Brian Cloyd, 3rd car, I'm pushing the 55 right up into the bumper of the leader.
100%.
You are costing yourself spots by not doing that. I'm going to shove that guy right through the guy.
Yeah, I mean, you're either going to get pushed or be pushed. And
I want him to go or get out of the way.
Exactly.
I want to make him bail in the back straight away here. Yeah. We're too deep here.
Looks like
10 rows deep.
Yeah, I mean, this is some good racing. Of course, once again, everybody's trying to figure out how the guy next to him is going to drive for the rest of the season. You're going to have aggressive guys, patient guys, those guys who kind of ride that middle line. You got to figure out who's who, and that's the beautiful thing about this.
Doesn't look like anybody's. Oh, we got a car. We're wrecking back here.
Ooh, big wreck.
Backing up against the 64 into the wall. No caution yet. We're all moving forward.
Looks like Robert Gillard.
Yeah, Robert Gillard got stuffed into the wall there a little bit. 54 is off pace. 54 and 72 are off pace. They may have gotten some damage there. They've lost the draft. Need a break to catch back up later.
Well, while we're green, we'll stick here with the leaders. Of course, you have Mr. Thomas Fisher still out front there. Cody Tarrant still there. Dustin Hall, Ryan Gomez, Brian Cloyd, and Mr. 6 there.
Dustin is bearing that nose right in the back of the 8 car. The 8 car is going to really we're going to find out if this road racer is able to take a push. You don't take pushes too often in GT3 cars.
And when you do, you're spinning out.
Yeah, you're done. You're angry at somebody. Anxious to see how this works out. Got to remain consistent. One thing when you're the outside line leader, you have to really know how to side draft. You have to know how to side draft. Just running side by side a car length apart from each other the whole way around the lap, you're not going to have much success. But if you can side draft the second car or the lead car on entry, or even through the corner, and burst away on the back chute, that's where you could really get. He is not good at all. He's riding way up against the top white line, almost to the fence here.
Yeah, you can't be scared to get right next to somebody. You're gonna touch them. That's part of it. But I mean, of course, you see Mr. Fisher here getting pushed by Dustin Hall. I think Dustin's at the point rather I'm going to move you or you're going to move out the way.
Yeah, I think if he had a little bit, if Christian Roast was a little closer, maybe he'd be more comfortable going either to the fence for a third line or
there goes
drop him right
Mr.
here.
Hall down low, taking that inside.
Patience ran out.
And it's crazy. These cars, I mean, someone pulls out from behind you on a track like this. It's like someone threw a parachute out behind you.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, where did all my speed go? I've lost 10 miles per hour. All of a sudden. And you've got to hope in situations like that, the guy behind you doesn't have a guy pushing him with an incredible run, and you just stack it up. I mean, it's a hard racing. I mean, everybody talks about how over racing isn't fun to watch. It isn't this, it isn't that. But then you do it, and you're like, oh, well, we're going 190 miles per hour with a guy tailgating me the whole way around this track, and I'm 2 feet away from the guy next to me. I mean, it's a different form of racing for everybody that's out there that's, well, road racing is the greatest race. This is a totally different skill level. Skill set, skill level. It's a tough ride. I've got to give it to Mr. Fisher. He's holding it together there for road course kind of guy.
He's racing the one car a lot better from a line management perspective than he raced Cody Tarrant. He was coming from the outside there. So interesting the way that's working.
And
big shove from the 14 here.
And Ruse, I think if he gets clear of this one, you're going to see him dive down and take that inside line. Like you said before, he likes that inside line.
See, and just looking at the way there's the.
We got a little hard shove.
And that's on the 8. That's on the 8. That's what we're talking about. He didn't take a predictable line there. When you're pushing in these cars, the viewers here, when you're pushing somebody, depending on how your field of vision is and your sim rate, you can't see anything. You have so much perspective of the track. You can't see the line. You are going off of speed and muscle memory. I do. I look at the sky. I'm driving towards the lights right here, right? Like, you really can't see much, especially how you're set up. Bruce runs on a single monitor.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea how he does it. Might be the best single monitor racer in the world. I don't know how he does it. Looking through the pack here, I see Matt Mettler sitting back in 17th, back of the pack, purposefully, just riding. That'd be me.
Yeah,
if when you see in the duels next week, that's going to be my strategy. Right in the back of the lead pack, stay safe and stay within striking distance. If I'm not in the lead pack, I feel like I'm being left out. But I want to feel like as soon as it goes 3 wide or the pace picks up, I'm pushing it. But here we are, 3 wide in the back of the pack.
Up there on the back of the outside.
Trey Whitehead going 3 wide to the outside against the fence, leaving Jackson Dixon in the sucker hole there. He's getting a big push right now from DJ Daniel. Let's keep an eye on that in the broadcast. That's interesting. There we go. Jackson taking a big push, kind of getting a little squirrely there. He's in the middle. Again, he is a young fellow with not a lot of experience.
Yeah, very, very young fellow. I mean, and he's another one of those guys like we talked about. He is just wanting to learn. He's excited. He's eager. He's willing to sit there, trial by fire. You know how we all learn. So, of course, he's got his guy DJ Daniels right there behind him, shoving him around the track.
I love DJ. I have a lot of experience in these, so I love to ride with him. If you're not experienced, he might be a handful for you to handle.
Yeah, because he's going to push you, whether you like
push
it
you
or
hard.
not. Yeah,
it's a 2-handed shove. It's not a gentle push. So they have a 31 car is moving to the inside. We have a 3
rows back in the rear.
Yeah.
And I mean, what do you?
I wonder if TJ knows it. Do you feel it if you're TJ?
I mean,
he's about to get gobbled up here.
You have to. You have to realize it.
I wish you had live spotters here. For not a few guys do, but you really want to know that there's a third line coming up the middle.
Yeah,
you're at the bottom. You're watching the outside line only. You want to make sure nobody comes down on you, right? That middle push. Now we have a lap car coming up on the inside line. This is going to get really hairy. He's down below the yellow line here to give him space here. Well done.
Got somebody up there.
Robert Gilliard. Yeah, they panic because they saw the lap car coming, so they get everyone grips the wheel super tight and they make a mistake there.
Brian Cloyd.
TJ Hanley is struggling. TJ is struggling back there. He's moving around a lot.
He's trying to find that speed, and I mean, right now, they've got 9 laps to go. People are going to start getting aggressive.
Well, they got a pit. TJ just buried McQuade.
Yeah,
TJ just can't seem to find the space.
Of my way.
Everyone's avoiding TJ right now. See Matt Mettler coming up on him. We are, let's see, what lap are we on here?
We are 8 to go.
2 laps away from a pit window here, everybody. This guy's put it on lap 40. Cody Tarrant put it in lap 35. He is almost on gas.
Here's the thing. You got 8 laps to go. It goes green.
No one's going to make it.
I mean, well, I guess we'll see. I mean,
getting racy up for the outside line is really pushing the situation here, but
Mr. Hall pushing Brock Whitehead across very hard, trying to get him back up there to the front.
I don't believe anybody saved 5 laps with the fuel. I think you can here at Daytona.
I mean, if they did, I'm going to be very impressed.
Matt Mettler won the All-Star race last year on the fuel strategy. He's been at the back of this lead pack. He may have been clutching it forever.
And what a lot of these guys don't realize is you don't have to sit there and mash the gas and crack around. The car in front of you is going to pull you. You can back off the throttle just a little bit. I mean, you're talking about barely cracking that throttle. That's going to save you gas. You can ride the brake a little bit, let the car in front of you pull you. There's a whole bunch of different strategies to save fuel here. Oh, and there's that.
The one-car turn, the 31, and we have a parking lot. It does save the green flag pit stops, though. So that's off the table. I was looking forward to that. We have a...
Jack me up like that, man.
It's junkyard.
Yep, just pushed him a little too hard. And of course, that's a lot of carnage. It's causing my stream to freak out here. Let's see. Let's get this
that was right out front.
Served here. So that was Mr. Hall here. Where's he at? I may be already on. We'll see.
Race back to the flag.
Let's see. I'll wait for them to get all situated, give him his EOL. That one's going to be on Mr. Hall there. Just got a little bit too underneath.
Yeah, Dustin Hall pushing hard.
Thank you for claiming
it. Looks like he just got a little too low in the corner.
Yeah, no
Went
problem.
from
Again,
high to
I'm
low.
really sorry.
He got
okay.
got Brock here on unintentionally in the inside quarter, pushing right into the old gas hole, and a really bad spot. But I'm right up the course, jacked up Christian Gross and everybody else joins. It's like maybe only 5 cars cleared that would.
While we're under caution here, let's bring in Mr. Roos here and see what he's thinking right now.
Might not be a good time to bring it in right now.
Fair. You're correct. You're correct. We'll leave him be.
Actually, let's bring in Patrick McQuaid if you don't mind.
Okay. Mr. McQuaid, you're up here in the broadcast booth with Chris and Chris. Brother, what is going through your mind right now after that big one?
Yeah, that was pretty wild. I'm speechless. I don't even know how I did that. But I saw the lead car turn, and I just slammed on the brakes. There's nothing else I could do.
Looks like you got through that with nothing but a bunch of grass in your nose.
Right, yeah.
Did you use a fast repair in the earlier wreck?
I did. I had some early damage early in the race. I got door slammed and then into the wall. And then I also got in the wall on my own, so I just figured, why not? We actually have unlimited repairs tonight. I thought it was only going to be one, but I guess it got changed. But so I was like, why not? But it's been pretty exciting. I'm pumped for the opener because if this is any hint of it, it's going to be wild.
So Chris, let's start a little fire here. We're a friendly, competitive league here, but we do like to trash talk each other. A few laps ago, you're running 3. Looks like it was 2 and 3 deep, about 8 rows deep in the pack, and there was a few cars that were a little squirrely. Does that raise any concerns going into next week? You'd kind of take notes as far as who was handling themselves well and who was a little sloppy in that situation?
Oh, 1,000%. I'm the squirrely one. I'll take full blame on that one. I do not feel comfortable at all in those positions. Now, Talladega, whole nother story. I can do that all day. But here's a little tighter. But no, Whiteheads, man, they are, very good in those positions. Joseph, I wanted to go with Joseph, but then Brock went under me, so I didn't know what to do there. But 1,000%. You take notes on who can do what, and you just follow them, and hopefully you end up in front
at 4:00.
Well, I've been taking notes, and I'm looking forward to using my notes. In the
I can barely turn on.
Oh, for sure.
Well, Mr. Patrick, we'll let you get back down to your team there. Get ready for this restart, brother. Good luck. You're racing it clean. Give it all it's got, brother.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Patrick McQuaid. I can't say anything bad about that guy.
Nah, the guy's awesome.
I can't.
The guy's awesome.
I can't tell you. So last year was my first year with Ghost, my first year really on iRacing, full time. And there was a couple tracks I had a little trouble with, and sadly I got into Patrick, and it was never, hey man, F you, it's all your fault, you suck, get off the game. No, he was like, dude, it's good, it's all good, homie, we're good. And I was like, yeah, I respect him.
I've never been Pat's teammate before, but we've been in situations where we've crossed paths quite a bit. We, money races. He's a super speed big guy like I am. We crossed paths in a few different races. We've always had it's hilarious.
Supersedes the EOL that me and Mike got.
Well,
we're getting the orders sorted out here, deeper in the field.
What was that, Mr. Ruse? Sorry.
Mr. Cash is doing his race control bit right now.
Paul got the EOL for the caution, but me and Mike got EOLs for entering a closed pit because we wouldn't have been able to make it all the way back around.
56
and
we take the green flag. We are
I just want to double check that that's right.
Go ahead. If y'all can get ahead of him in time, I'll clear ball.
4 laps to go.
You got to catch the field, one.
We're having a little iRacing.
If you guys aren't going to get ahead of me,
yeah, scoring looks like it's fun.
Get tight.
Charles, to reset the field just a little bit here. DJ Daniels.
Yeah, apparently.
He was telling me to stay behind him.
iRacing was saying, hey, Bruce and Mike,
yeah, he
you're in the back instead of Mr. Dustin Hall here.
So yeah, get tight.
And they did nothing. Nothing wrong.
Yeah, so. You got to tighten this pack up. There are all over the place here. Big gaps.
Thank you, sir. Feels weird not racing one of your paints, I'm not going to lie.
Shuffling through there, getting everything back in order as it should. I've got the clear black button ready for him as soon as they cross this line here.
Pace car is off, and we are heading into restart zone.
Green flag.
Green flag is up. DJ Daniels mashes the gas, and we are flying.
Go, 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 go.
Hung up with Pat McQuaid, and he is now pushing Ryan Sizemore on the outside line. Let's see if DJ picks him up. He does. He recognizes the push from the outside and cuts it off. Well done. That's the experience of DJ Daniel that's really going to help him either succeed or finish on his clear. We are 3 wide here.
Yeah, I'm good.
10-4, thank you. Alrighty. My job's done for a moment.
Yeah, we are 3 wide. DJ Daniels gets left in the dust as he gets sucker holed against the fence. Patrick McQuaid is now shoving Ryan Sizemore, and Caleb Menzelski, work with him, is now shoving my old friend Matt Metler. He is now leaving Matt Metler behind. He sucker holed him. Joe Grivalda is pushing Caleb Menzelski right on the inside.
That already formed. He was able.
They are snacking up.
Oh, big checkup, big checkup.
Everybody stays in control. That's okay. I'm actually okay with that. If you're one of the cars that checked up and now you're in the gap, that gives you room to breathe. Now you have better visibility of the field. You can pick the line. You can target a lane, find a friend, and just go for it.
Oh, McQuaid getting a little hard.
And we are wrecking. Oh! The flaps are up. Patrick McQuaid will be the leader, taking the green. Restart here.
They got into the
this
wall.
Is going to be a green-white checker.
Looks like Mr. Collins there. Coming off turn 2. I could be wrong.
33 there. Middle line there. Looks like he came off the corner and we just drifted up a little bit.
Let's see who's
little net code. Absolute net code.
What number you got there?
You could have walked around the 33 car taking pictures of it.
There it is.
Got magically turned right up into the top line into the 55 car.
Yeah, that was hardcore net code.
Absolute net code. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
That one is pure net code there.
33 of Brian Cloyd was so strong.
Let's go, boys. Catch the pack.
It's fortunate to put himself in the spot.
Pretty banged up.
10-4. Moving the 33 to the end of the line. He's got tons of damage here.
33, not 55.
Oh, I was on the wrong car. My bad. Let's see.
I don't know what it is, but always the good-looking cars find their way to the front towards the end.
Mike, good eyes up there, not ass packing me. I appreciate
that 3 car
it.
is not as good as it looks. I love a good black race car. It's got that matte finish.
It's one of those
And
things.
it's a beautiful
Black is sexy.
What's up, Mr.
Especially
Mike?
with that spec map, that sheen on that car. That's a good looking ride right there.
All good, man. I'm used to being back here with the...
Mr. Gomez, does that clear your EOL there? I guess we'll find out in the next episode.
People have a green, white, checkered.
Hey, Cliff, you thinking what I'm thinking?
Which makes it interesting.
Playing again,
Talking
enough
about
room?
math
Yeah.
here with laps. Patrick McQuaid, DJ Daniels,
I know
Ryan
this one.
Sizemore,
Aim for the bush.
Caleb Zusk. Last put it on lap.
So listening
Maybe
to the
they'll
race
dump
chat
somebody?
here, I just got the scariest thing coming out of Matt Mettler's mic. He said, "Hey Cliff, you thinking what I am thinking?" So I think we're going to pay very close attention to Matt Mettler and Mr. Cliff here to see if
So
they're
that
all the
is
same page.
absolutely hilarious. So I have known Cliff Corriveau for a very long time. We've raced back to the Chris Cup together. We were awful at that time. We've also run some jumpy trucks and some rally cross racing together. We've been around for a real long time. He and I have always found each other and always in the bad spots. Sideways on our roofs, in the grass, on a tow truck, in the pits. Never really in a good position. It would be phenomenal to see my old friend Cliff here pull something magical.
And McQuaid this season has a really nice paint scheme going on. I don't know if you've looked at it. Of course, it's a little dirty right now.
It's filthy, but it's pretty.
Yeah, and I have to give a shout out to our man that's been doing our paint schemes over in our late model stock car league, Mr. Justin Coleman. If y'all need a paint scheme, hit him up. He does all my cars. Love him to death. So
There you go. Once you find your guy, right? He matches your style. Just stick with him.
no. So funny thing is, man, he joined up in the Smoky Mountain Grassroots late model stock car tour with some guys that used to race with Ghost, Rob Hattenback, and a couple of them guys. And I just hit Rob up and message like, "Hey man, who does your cars?" And he's like, "Here's his link. Shoot him a message." And I was like, "Okay." So I'm kind of excited to run my paint scheme for this year. It is a beauty, in my opinion. Some people, art's subjective, but to me, it's pretty. So
Yeah. So I'm just going to pop into the Midnight Motorsports chat here. We have one to go. I'm just going to ask the 47 how he's fitting on gas. I'm not going to put him on the broadcast. I'm just going to check in.
yeah, we don't want to give away strategies in case anybody's
Nope,
listening.
not doing that.
TikTok, how are we doing? I hope you're enjoying the stream. Once again, sorry about the YouTube. A little bit of technical difficulties. Nobody's fault. I hope you're enjoying the stream. If there's any shout outs you want me to give, shout them out. Who do y'all think is going to win this one? And of course, there you see your top 10. Patrick McQuaid, DJ Daniels, Ryan Sizemore, Caleb Molzalski, Joseph Guevara, I'm going to butcher that name every time, TJ Hanley, Clifford Cavaru, Matt Mettler, Thomas Fisher, and TJ Roberts. Some strong racers up front. I mean, pretty decent I ratings, high safety ratings. It should be a good one.
Well, I just jumped in on one of the team chats. I'm not going to say who it was. Right? But I will say this. They're good for a green, white checkered, probably.
Okay.
All right? So they're probably good for a green, white checkered. This may be a car in the front of the field. Not the front of the field, but up front. Let's see what we got going.
So, as Ryan Sizemore, what do you do here? You've got DJ Daniels, your former teammate, in the top line. Do you try to get up there and push him and get teamed up with TJ Hanley, your current teammate, or do you push
I don't
McQuaid?
believe teammates are great for the first 95% of the race, but now you got to go out there and win a race, right?
Yes,
I'm going to push the 77 out as far as I can and see what happens with the outside line. The key to winning here is DJ Daniel. You're either going to win by having him push you or putting him in a spot where he wrecks the field. And
DJ running it down low on his former
DJ
teammate.
dragged him. That stacked up the whole outside line now.
It looks like he kind of spun the tires a little bit.
Maybe.
Hey, that's what getting up on the wheel's about. You don't know
You're not
unless
taking
you try.
tires there.
There's Ryan
A lot of
Sizemore.
there is really effective side drafting from DJ Daniel, too. He has no help from behind, though. Cliff Corriveau is now the third car on the inside line, taking a big old shove. Cliff Corvo.
There's another big one. It looks like you have Bill and Alice.
And now we're definitely wrecking. This car is dooring each other all over the place. Cliff will lose his track position.
These 5 drivers, I've had no idea what's going on. All right.
Caution is out. We will rack it up for another green, white checker. Going back to that gas conversation. Good for good for a green, white checker, probably. But that was the one. Let's see what happens next.
Let's see what happens here. It looks like you've got...
That was a great segue for a commercial, by the way. We had one. That would have been a great time to have dropped it in.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to see what happened here. But we've got cars all over the place. Let's see. I'm trying to find Mr. Ellis. That's who I seen spun around there. Let's see. Where is he? My eyes are running across here.
I am riding on board right now with the 77 of Patrick Quaid. He is turned off. Well, he's clutching non-back straightaway right now. Absolutely rolling, trying to conserve as much fuel as possible. If you are the leader here at Daytona, you cannot conserve fuel. You are the biggest burner there is.
I think Mettler got into his old buddy Cliff here. I'm trying to see, but there's so much carnage, it's causing my system to freak out a little bit here. Let's see here. You got TJ Daniels announcing his pit box.
These guys are in big trouble for gas here. EMAC is forced to come in and do a stop and go here.
Let's see. Maybe I can go to a different camera.
Who else joins him? Got a few takers here for pit lane. No choice but to get topped off.
There was so much carnage in the last one, I cannot look back at the replay and see who's at fault. Does anybody want to claim that one?
Is it unlimited green-white?
There are 15 green white checkers, by the way.
Yeah, it's unlimited.
Oh.
We don't make use of them.
So they're saying that was on Mr. Woods here. I'm trying to find him here. I'm not seeing him either. Let's see if I can find him this way. There he is. Let's go back a lap here.
Is this stream still broke? Paying attention to that.
So here we go, folks. All sorted out with the first wave of pit stops. Those who needed to come in and top off. Leader Patrick McQuaid did need to come in and top off. He was able to cycle back. It looks like he's after that stop. Looks like he's short.
Hey, Jonathan. Coxwell. Yeah.
Your leader and.
Hey, is my car fucked? I can't tell. I don't see anything bad on the front or anything, but I can't see the rear.
It's his choice. You lead every lap of the race.
It looks good. Roger.
Looks like we have DJ Daniels back out front. Next to my pick at the Coliseum, Mr. Joseph here.
47, you
In second row, we've got a pair of Sizemore Motorsports drivers. Thomas Fisher has found his way back up to P4. Everyone's pick, Austin.
Well, my old buddy Mike.
Hopefully we can make it through this, because 15 green and white checkers.
Friendship.
We may be here for a little bit.
Just think of note at the top, TJ Daniels last pit on one. Hey, this is their only shot. If this doesn't finish here, we have another green white checker. They will have to pit, not make it around for seriousness.
I think you're supposed to let me win, Zach. I got seniority on you in here now, so.
See, looking here at chat here, we've got USAF 2248, Let's Go Code Tarrant, and Chris Zofield. And then you've got, I'm not going to say that name over live, but you know who you are. The 96 will get turned.
So how about this, guys? If those who are watching on TikTok, how are we doing? How's the broadcast doing?
I mean,
Listen, great. Tell us how bad we are.
Please.
Give it. It's TikTok, right? That's what it's for.
Yeah. I mean, tell me if I
Flame
suck.
somebody. Yeah, right. Let's go.
I'm not going to report. Don't worry.
The pace car is off. We are going to get going. Our second green white checker restart. We are wrecking in the back. Cars are off.
Flag.
Throwing the yellow for that one.
Oh boy.
Black yellow for that.
That will be a unpopular. We should have waited until they all crossed the line.
Once again, no lucky dog. Holy shit, they're wrecking again.
Who did
We
that?
have carnage.
Hold
We have a second
brake,
wreck.
33. It's in the middle of your pedals.
Brock
My
Whitehead
goodness.
telling them
We gotta
how he
stop.
feels.
Yeah, there's some emotions being spewed, and this really kills DJ Daniel and Ryan Sizemore. Now they're going to have to pit here. They're not going to make another one of these rounds.
Pace car middle 1 and 2. Pace car middle 1 and 2.
In front of Mettler here. I'm trying to figure out who
Yep,
that
I knew
was.
something was wrong when I was going fucking 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, just a big checkup there.
Yeah, please get my black cleared.
So Mr. McQuaid
Get
asking
back in
for
and,
his
bring that whole
black
shit down.
to be cleared here.
And curious how scoring works out, because not all the cars cross the line.
Yeah.
We gotta
Curious
stop,
if
DJ.
iRacing is going to get
Why are we
lumped here
wrecking
with the
now?
scoring. You know, in that situation, I almost understand, right? If you're 15 rows deep in the
got 3
field,
cars under caution there.
you're not out of the race in Daytona. If you're running at Chicagoland or if you're running somewhere else, you're not going to.
Exactly.
But if you're in a situation where you're the 15th row, and if you're within striking distance, and there's a big one up top, you're in the white flag lap, you can win from 30th. Win from 20.
100%.
Yeah, I don't think there'd
You're
be
not
any
out of the
speeding up and
equation.
slowing down
So
if you
I can
actually
see why there's a bit
stayed
more
on the
urgency
person
in
in
this
front of you
particular
fucking
event.
backbone.
Which, especially in a non-points race, you know,
No, 100%.
everyone's here to win. There's no points in the line. There's no money in the line. It's just a matter of putting your name on the victory lane photo.
So I'm looking at my little viewer counter here. It looks like we've got 20 views right now. According to my PC, that could be totally wrong. Nobody could be watching right now for all I know. But we're going to sit here and have a good time. Hopefully everybody can figure this out.
And hopefully we'll be done before tomorrow. 'Cause we have 13 green white checkers to go. A lot of guys have to pit here. A lot of guys peeling off here. Fuel just unfortunately became an issue. They're probably rather upset in their rigs right now because they felt that they had a shot, especially DJ and Ryan up front. They had a shot to take that dub. Now because of the cycle of fuel, they may have been there because of their fuel strategy got them in that position.
And you got Joseph here. He's riding the apron trying to save fuel.
But he should be okay. He pitted on lap 55, so unless he undershot himself with the stop and go, it's also that could come into play. Maybe it took 2 gallons. That's going to cost you. Because you want to take as little fuel as possible, no matter what. Because, well, I don't know. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, iRacing does take into account the weight of the fuel in the back of the vehicle.
Yeah,
Weight
I mean,
in the back of the vehicle pushes your spoiler out of the air.
I think you're going to see a lot of guys that aren't used to getting pushed by certain people getting loose and getting bumped below that yellow line. I mean,
Yeah, so we have 2 guys that we haven't seen up front. 3 guys the whole race. Mike Sabanovsky, we haven't seen him out front in the lead pack the entire race. He's in 3rd. We have Cody Tarrant, who cycled back in. He's going to be outside the 2nd row. And the 2 car, that is Chris Zofield. Haven't seen him out front the entire race.
Kid.
And he'll be taking the restart here. I believe he's in 8th.
Does anybody need any black flags clear or anything? Switch my button.
Yeah.
Does anybody
Yeah, and
need
those
black
guys, you have
flags
to-
clear or anything like that?
both avoided it, and there was like nowhere I could go.
27.
27 needs his black cleared real fast. I can
Say
do
that again, Trey.
No, you're good. I know we both swerved, and I was like locked up pretty much, and it still just ran into you. That checkup was the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, you're good, man. You're
We've
good.
got
It
drivers
was like 3 or 4
apologizing,
rows
voicing their
up
opinion
ahead of
about
me.
that
I
last
don't know what
restart.
the fuck it was.
I love when
tried
somebody
braking and
says something
swerving
is
and-
the stupidest thing they've ever seen.
Yeah.
I feel like you've seen dumber things than a checkup.
100%. 100%.
Let's be a little facetious here in some of these things. Come on.
I was racing a official B-Fix Xfinity at Nashville last week, I believe it was. Lap car on the bottom, just I'm sitting there in P1. Dude just drives straight up the track, knocks me out of P1. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" So I've seen dumber things than a checkup on a restart.
Yeah.
I mean, I get you're frustrated. End of the race, you want this to be over with. I get it, 100%. But these guys who kept cool head the whole race, it's showing. I mean, you've got Joseph up front, Austin Wheeler, Mike, Cody. I mean, all these guys are the ones showing the cool head. You don't hear them complaining a whole lot when it comes to cautions. They may be your picks to win this right now.
And the 22 is totally clean. I don't know if he's been in a wreck at all. I don't know the incident points so far in the event, but everybody who's out front, cars are clean, fenders are up. All the cars look like they're ready to rock and roll and be competitive here. Nobody's too beat up.
No, I don't see
the car I see with any kind of damage is the 8 car going back several rows because like a spoiler in the right rear corner is a little flex taped. Otherwise, clean race cars here ready to rock and roll for it up.
See, they should be coming to the green right now.
I don't think teammates matter. I
No.
will just point out that Dustin Hall is back up to 8th position. 4th car outside line. And,
Teammates are
top
out
qualifier.
the window right now.
Highest I rating in the event. Not that matters. That matters. Usually counterproductive in this situation.
Yeah, he's sitting there rocking a solid 4.1K I rating. I mean, that's the kind of guy you want to be with in a race. A guy that's, going to race you.
Green flag is up. Here we go.
Good, solid
Great
start from
Joe
Merva.
Grivaldo, but that's going to come right back on him.
Let's get here behind Mike Solomowski here. See if he pushes the number 47 around that outside line, making it work. Mr. Ellis up there making an appearance in the top 10.
Outside line has the numbers and the momentum.
Correct. I mean, you've got guys side drafting, not scared to get next to each other, holding it straight. What they really need is Zach Lewis to get up there.
2 is indecisive there. They cost him. The 2 is going to go to the middle, got indecisive, and lost the back bumper. PJ Hanley with a big bad push in the 1 car spins him around. And we have continuous wrecking.
There's another big one there causing my stuff to flicker.
That is all on the 08 though. He's already taken ownership of that. He gave a gnarly push to the back of the 1. Hit him right in the gas hole.
Let's go back here and watch this here.
Gas hole, not the other one.
Right now, 64.
Yeah, the 08 is taking full blame for it, apologizing profusely.
Yes, sir.
That's unfortunate.
Do my duty,
plan.
From an experience
that one's
perspective
going to be
there.
on TJ there. He claimed it. Thank you for claiming it, brother. It means a lot. Helps me out.
I strongly believe that the 2
You got a lot of damage.
is going to take that 3 wide up the middle gap. Big push from the 1. They were just trying to time it out right. Even backed off the outside a little bit to give themselves the space to do it. That was going to be their run.
Simple.
Now we'll kind of reset to see. Didn't get enough gas. Didn't know there was going to be unlimited green plate checkers. It's going to run us dry.
I think Chris Hupka owes us some overtime pay at this point.
Well, what's 1.5 times 0? What does that come out to? 0.
0, yeah. I think we need to renegotiate some contracts here.
Well, one thing we do know for sure, the Discord is going to be amazing tonight.
Oh, yeah. The cry and fight part of this Discord is about to be lit up all night long. And me being the stickler I am to stir the pot, I'm going to be in there watching. So I'll post a meme or two, you know. I mean, it's crazy to think we called it. It was going to be a real nice race. Very few cautions. We get here towards the end, and people are just wanting that spot. They need to realize this, you know, if you're not fighting for the lead, chill. I mean, do your job, push the guy ahead of you, but just relax. I know you got to make some moves, but you know who's faster than you. You know where you stack up against everybody else. You kind of need to be like, okay, maybe I don't need to throw it 3 wide and try to push for the lead. But that's just, I guess that's just the way I look at things.
Well, here we go. We are getting ready to rack up for, we're still in the back straightaway here. Looking at the top of the order here. Who's new? The 55.
The 55
Ryan Gomez has found himself in the front again. I've been ridiculing his technique here throughout the course of the race, not being an aggressive pusher. Now you got to do it. Now you got to do it.
Yeah, you got to push.
I get the patience part, and this is why I wanted to broadcast this race. I wanted to get a feel for the field. Who was going to do what? Who has what type of patience level, experience level?
Exactly. It's like what you told me earlier. You may be able to see more from up here than down there. So
the blimp view is amazing. And I got triple monitors. I can see the whole field right now.
Must be nice.
Glorious. Yeah, and Pat McQuaid has worked his way back up. He's going to be restarting in 11th.
Okay.
Had it with Pat a few minutes.
So if he manages to get on the right line, right guy behind the push, and he can work his way back up. I mean,
he will have the rooster pushing him from behind. Those guys have been teammates for a real long time.
Yeah, that's who you want. You want somebody that knows how you're going to run your line, somebody that's pushed you a ton of laps, somebody that you can trust. Who else do we got? I think Mr. Austin Wheeler, number 48. I believe he's new to Ghost.
Thomas Stewart. I don't know the name, but he is new to the front. I'll tell you that. He is restarting in P6.
You got Mr. Jackson Dixon, the young lad there himself, sitting at P10. Thomas Fisher at 7th. Mr. Ryan Gomez at 5th. And then you got Austin Wheeler, the number 48, sitting in 3rd. So, I mean, you've got some new faces up front. You know, some veterans here, and Joseph and Mike. Mr. Zofield there. Thomas Stewart, I believe, ran last year, if it's the correct guy I'm thinking of. Who else have we got here? I mean, Mr. Patrick McQuaid. So, I mean, you know, you got a good little mix of everybody. Some veterans, some high I ratings. Should make for some interesting green flag racing here if we can keep it going green.
So I wanted to ask this earlier. Jackson Dixon, the 95 car.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Lightning McQueen ruined that number for all racing going forward? Did you ever not have a 95 and just think of Lightning McQueen, a Nigerian car, immediately?
I turned 28 here in a couple hours, and I've watched NASCAR for a very, very long time, since I was little. Dad's was a big Bill Elliott fan, and now he's a Chase Elliott fan. I can't remember ever seeing a 95 car.
Yeah, it's an iconic number because of a movie, right?
Yeah.
You think of 3, you got 8, you got certain numbers that you think 2, of a driver right away.
You know?
Right, you think of a guy immediately. You say 95, you're only thinking about a talking car.
Hey, you know what they say? You catch yourself, turn left, turn right.
We are coming to the restart zone now. The pace car is about to pull off. The non-denominational, non-manufactured pace car is about to pull off. Joe Grivaldo will take us to the green flag. The restart zone. And
stacking them up nice and
tight. Yeah, great job managing the field there.
Yes, sir. That's the
outside line. The 2 did not get a good jump on that. The outside line is going to fall way back. Sabanovsky's on an island here. He may actually get sucker pulled here because now he's got a big run behind him.
Got Mr. Zofield coming up.
He did take the push there. They hit him square.
And that's what you want. You just want somebody to be able to come up behind you, hit you dead on that elbow, and just shove you back. And we have Mr. Sabanovsky pushing the 8 car here.
Now, yeah, the 3 cars out front are on an island here. Oh, we're wrecking again. Jackson Dixon sideways.
Talk me through your lap one time real quick.
The old cars would have gone over there. That one stayed on the ground. And here we go again.
Something about iRacing just does not like Daytona race. I can tell you that.
It's 15. They're not going to like that.
So you have him up there against the wall, trying to squeeze back down. And then Charles Whitehead just gets into him while he's trying to come back down. Let's see. Rewatching it here. Trying to make all my calls fair.
95 came down across his nose.
100%. Yeah, that's on Mr. Dixon there.
Yeah.
Quick little announcement here.
And I'm not going to say he's because of his I rating. It's
that
not that.
It's
on
Mr. Dixon. Just
Can I get an EOL
Charles there.
Being in that situation, you get sucker hold on the outside. All you want to do is you want to get
Brock,
back
I can get
draft,
you an EOL.
right?
That one is on Mr. Jackson Dixon there. Just came across the number 51's there nose, trying to get back in line.
Yeah, he had his only chance to have it to be in that race is to get back inside there. He was never clear.
No, you got to give it to the kid who knows what his spotter was saying to you. Of course, this is a AI spotter, so sometimes it can be a little off. Sometimes it's spot on.
And to make it even more hairy there, inside of the 51,
Like
DJ Daniel was making it 4 wide.
Yeah.
He just stuck his nose inside the 51. 51 had 0 opportunities to lift. And even if he would have,
my bad.
he got pushed from behind.
I was just too caught up in the moment.
Yeah,
and
took
Jackson
ownership
Dixon,
of it. It's a good kid.
I'm going to give him a little shout out for that. Hey, Jackson, thank you for fessing up for that, brother. I appreciate it.
Gas pedal.
I mean, you can't be mad. Young kid, really young kid, probably the youngest in Ghost right now. It was Mr. Brock Whitehead, but now we got Mr. Jackson Dixon, the young gun here. I mean, it takes a lot of maturity to say, hey, my fault.
Yeah, and let's be really fair, too. I think any of us would have been in a spot where we could have wrecked right there. Be in the outside car, borderline.
100%.
That's it. Coming to the apex, like you see that wall coming. That wall's huge. Yeah, that moment after your arms are tired, you've been racing this race started 2 hours ago, right? Like you're beat, you're sweating. You got swamp ass right now. Feet probably hurt, right?
I know I've accidentally spilt my drink on my desk twice because I'm a child. It's even tough up here for us. So
sure is.
So what's the play here? I mean, I think a lot of these guys realize, hey, we've got 15 of these green-white cautions. Can we go in and pit? Do you think Joseph has gone in?
I don't know. They would have pit by now, I think, right?
They'd have to.
Yeah, I think the race right now is in the hands of 55. I don't want to keep going back to him, but now he's going to start inside line P2 or P3. The race is in his control. If he gets a good restart with the 47, pushes Joe out, can get the inside line to really clear the outside before they exit turn 2. They have a chance to hang on to it.
But that's the thing, Mr. Number
He's got to get on. He's got to get in there.
He's going to be elbows out, up on Mr. Joseph, and push. Of course, I'm rooting for number 48 car. He's one of my team drivers, so I will say that.
Of course, he's been strong. He's been strong all night. Right? He's going to have Ryan Sizemore behind him, who's a great. It's Thomas Fisher. I'm sorry, it's Thomas Fisher. Thomas is learning. See what he can do out there. And PMAC, not too far behind either.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, Mr. McQuaid could easily make a reappearance back up front. And I mean, and once again, it comes down to just keeping a level head. And as me and you well known, McQuaid as a level-headed guy. So we'll see. We have the 47, 48, 55, number 8 car, the 22, and the 77, rounding out your top 6. Your front 3 rows, I mean, I'm with you. I think the 55 is going to have to realize if I got a chance in this thing, I'm going to have to push.
Yeah, if he's not going to push now, then
he's just never going to do it.
It's chatter amongst the drivers about not continuing the green-white checkers here.
No, big disagree on that one, Trey.
Curious to see what the others get that.
And trust me, being a league owner myself, I can't tell you how many times I've messed up a session, but it happens. It happens.
There's so many things to enter. It's so many things to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to forget. Oh well, you're only supposed to get 2 tires. Well, here's unlimited tires, so go wear them out. So, oh, you're only supposed to get 2 fast repairs. Here's 9,000 of them.
Got 3 cars out of the race. TJ Roberts, Caleb Mazelski, and Clifford Corvo called it a day. And we have 26 cars on the lead lap still. Brian Cloyd is the only car 1 lap down, and lucky dog, if he stays clean, he'll get it. Not saying we're going to wreck again, but
knock on wood.
Metrics, trends, you know, bell curves, getting that way.
Let's see, I actually want to go on the onboard here with Mr. Joseph here for this restart here. Let's see. Actually, you know what? Let's get on Mr. Ryan Gomez here. Let's see if he actually
Do you restart early in the zone, or do you wait till the very, very end and back the whole field up again? You did that last time. Hey, you backed him up to the end of the zone. Really great start this time from the outside line. Thomas Fisher from the outside line timed it up with Austin Wheeler. He got a great jump. This is what the 55 did not need to let happen.
Yeah, and I think I don't know if he knows how to break that bubble.
We are wrecking again. That's going to be a punishment.
Caution's out.
Now we're really wrecking a little back there. My goodness.
Let's see what happened here. Let's see. Let's go to my blimp camera here. Get on board here with Mr. Dylan Ellis. That's the first one I saw. Looks like Mr. Mike got turned by, or Matt Mettler got turned by the 27.
Yeah.
Let's see here. That would be Mr. Jonathan Cogswell here. Let's hop on his camera here.
Not sure if maybe Matt came down on him or maybe a little net code action there. 27 was riding pin straight on the yellow line. Back down on him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can call that one a racing incident. Let's see if anybody's fast enough for it.
Austin Wheeler is not the winner.
I am.
Then my screen blanks out. I mean, it looks like you've got 2 guys racing for position. It's kind of hard to judge that one.
You said he's not the winner, or are you joking?
So did you freeze the field at caution or later?
I don't think we know. I don't know why. I don't know.
I mean, there's several cars back here that put full tanks of gas and were stuck. Like,
yeah, the only argument I have is that, like, if it was set to unlimited green white checkers and unlimited pass affairs, there was a possibility this happened, and I don't know why it's been changed.
Who would you call that one, Mr. Papa's?
Huck said he messed up on the pass affairs. There shouldn't have been limited to begin with.
All right, drivers, after carefully reviewing in the press booth here with Mr. Chris Pappas, we have agreed that one would be a racing incident. You just had Mr. Cogswell and Mr. Matt Mettler just kind of not knowing where each other at coming into the turn, race for the same spot, so that wouldn't be considered a racing incident.
And y'all can stop bitching. I made the fast repairs on accident.
Oh, Chris Hupka, the owner of the league, voicing his opinion.
Yeah, there's some drivers that are requesting the race be terminated here. At this point. I think there's some guys that are huffing on fumes here right now with their cars for fuel. And other drivers have observed that they knew that was the session information.
And I'm not saying that's to enforce. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Guys back here with almost full tanks of fuel.
Yeah, we're 20 laps over what we're supposed to be. This is getting a little ridiculous. I got to work tomorrow.
my ass hurt.
Chris Miller says his ass hurts.
Yeah, I heard that.
How it is.
Someone's got to work tomorrow.
Here we have Patrick McQuaid back up in the top three. Thomas Fisher, Austin Wheeler. And you got
a bunch of cars hitting.
Back in fourth, and Roos in fifth, and Ryan Gomez, number 55, rounding out your top six. Then you have Chris Wheeler. I don't know if him and Austin are brothers, or is that just a weird coincidence. You got Mike Sobolnowski, DJ Daniels, and Ryan Sizemore rounding out your top.
Yeah, sure. They called the race. Disconnects here session. You guys dropping out. I don't know if they called the race or not.
I don't know if they did or not. Let me see. Are we calling the race right now?
I think a bunch of us is still going. I don't know.
Well, boys, I'm going to leave it up to you. Broadcast will keep going as long as you guys want to.
No. Hupka already called the race. You got guys already pulling on pit road. It's over.
Alrighty then. Well, then can I get the top 3? That would be, you know who you are. I guess it's all jumping out to the top 3 booth and Discord.
Perfect. I think ultimately it's a non-point thing race. If you cannot continue to race, simply leave. If you wish to continue to race, then we'll go until we finish. That's my point of view.
We've already went this damn far. We might as well finish it.
It's over, so.
I mean, you guys can go. Huck have called it. Race is over on the last one. Yeah, let's just finish the race.
I think you've got guys wanting to finish.
Just take it slow. Don't even race each other. Just finish the race. Run the 2 laps. Can I get a black clear for entering closed pit?
Yeah, we got to clear a whole bunch of blacks here. A bunch of guys passed Peter. Failed.
I'm gonna hit this button here
and
roast
Peter right now. Like,
all.
So are we just barely going, or are we going follow the wall? What's up?
I've already called the race. I'm just pacing here to finish the lap out. Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, Austin, on my screen, it was telling me to overtake you, and then it said to no longer overtake you, so I don't even know which one of us was ahead when the yellow flag came out, honestly.
Confusion here at the end of the race. I guess some people are done.
not that it really matters.
yeah, we don't even know who the winner is because the scoring looped out. A bunch of guys pitted.
Let's see here. I'll go.
You have to freeze when the caution came out. It's random.
Let's see who I got here. Looks like Austin Wheeler. Well, that can't be right. When did the caution come out here?
Yeah, back up to the previous scoring policy.
And that's when the caution. So it looked like I had Patrick McQuaid, Austin Wheeler, and Thomas Fisher.
Yeah, I got 48,877.
No, okay, that's what I got. Can I get McQuaid, Fisher, and Wheeler to the top 3 booth, please?
Green flag, green flag.
All right, Mr. McQuaid, you're the first one in here, so you're going to be the first one for the interview. Congratulations, man. How did that race feel for you?
I mean, I take back what I said. If our opening is anything like that, I'm going to be really upset because that's not Ghost Cup Series racing.
Yeah, and that's what me and Pops were talking about is we had clean racing throughout pretty much the whole race. Of course, you're going to have your little bumps and bruises. I mean, that's just part of it. But it didn't get super caution festy until the green white checkered started coming out. And I get guys wanting to move up, get into positions, have fun, race a little bit. But at the same time, you got to think, we got to finish this thing at some point in time.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. And I mean, I think what it was is it's the I mean, if we had fast repairs, which Hubka admitted that it was an accident, that they were unlimited. But if we didn't have fast repairs, I mean, yeah, 90% of the field's out at that point, and then we don't have all that. So I mean, we gotta have the consequences because without consequences causes that.
You're 100% correct.
But as far as before all that, great. It was awesome. It was fantastic. I loved every minute of it. The fact that I was a lap down at one point, came back, then got shuffled back, and typical Daytona. Like, it is awesome racing when like you can do that. So no, I'm ecstatic for a third. I know it's the shootout. I know it's not for points, but to have Muffler Man on the car, Alpha Lion, Clips Photography, and just everyone that supports, watching, and just all the support outside, and you guys, it's great. I miss it. I miss racing, and I'm glad we're back.
Hey man, we're happy to have you. Like we've said all broadcasts long, you're one of the most level-headed guys in the whole league. I mean, me and you've had our little run-ins, and instead of telling me to go F off, get off the simulator, you don't belong here. It's been like, man, you're good, you're cool, it happens. It shows like it paid off. I mean, you had that little bump at the restart there in the green-white checkered, And instead of getting mad about it like some people, so you're just like, all right, I said what I said. I'm going to cool off. And then, look, you managed to get a P3 out of it, man. So, I mean, how important is patience to you in a super speedway race?
Well, I appreciate it. Your kind words mean an awful lot. I think back to that run-in at California all the time. But it's funny because, I was the same way. When I first got on the server, I jumped in leagues and I did my best. I tried to just, get out of people's way and whatnot. But as I progressed, you just become more aggressive, and you just learn, and you by far are the most improved that I've seen. Oh yeah, 1000%.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Oh, you're talking about Chris.
Hey, we race with the pros, Papa. It is what it is.
Way over my skill set.
Well, man. So my next question is, I mean, did you learn who to watch for, who you could push, who you could trust? I mean, got any names sitting in the back of your head like, I'm going to remember that and I owe you one? I mean, has any of those things popped up to you?
Oh yeah, and that kind of circles back to the patience thing too. You got to be patient, and you see who's patient, right? So then you see who's the most patient, the most level-headed, like you said, and then you just kind of work with them naturally, right? Like Dale Jr. and Tony Stewart, they work great together, and they just did it naturally. You got your Whiteheads, the Fisher was very good. Wheeler, you got Ruse. Ruse is always up there.
Man,
Yes, sir.
save some content for the podcast, brother. All right, you're giving the whole thing the post race name. Save it for the podcast. All right. I have one more question for you. How many guys at Melford Man have TikTok that watch this broadcast? I'm gonna go with 0 and 1.
0.
0. I thought.
Yeah,
All right,
they're older fellas.
It was awesome watching your race again. Thanks for joining us and being a part of the broadcast, even from the seat during the race. I really appreciate that, brother.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys.
Mr. McQuaid, once again, brother, I appreciate you for who you are, man. I'm going to drop you back down to the top 3 if you want to go talk some smack to one of the other guys, because I don't know who I'm pulling up first. So let's go
Thomas Fisher. Let's go 3-2-1.
You want to go
Thomas
Fisher?
Fisher next.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Mr.
drag him
McQuaid,
in. Thank you. You ditch PMAC, I'll pull in Thomas Fisher.
Let's see, Mr. Fisher, congratulations, brother. You pulled out a P2 finish, I believe, after that mumbo jumbo there at the end. How does it feel, man?
Obviously it feels okay, frankly, because when the final, the confusion there at the end and the final caution came out, iRacing initially scored me ahead and then scored me behind and then scored me ahead again, and then finally frankly, and then Austin and I just had a look at the replay, and you can see we are perfectly identical at the time of caution. Yeah, you know what? I mean, it's fair play to Austin. Depends on where the timing beams go, right? And he got it this time.
And the way we deemed it is we backed it up to the exact point of contact, and you were just, a bumper behind Austin at that time, and that's how we judged it. So
yeah, no, we were calling it as of when the caution came out.
Yeah.
And so I guess it depends on the way that you look at it, but
exactly. And I mean, brother, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna cuss. I'm gonna put one in the swear jar for us. Hell of a race, man. As a road guy, I mean, you've talked a little bit after the clash. You said you grew up with road racing. I mean, how was the bump drafting for you?
I mean, you know what? I mean, I as we spoke about, after the clash, I do have a history in ovals, but it's a good few years ago where I ran one series, and it was in the Gen 6 cars, and they handle a lot differently. But the biggest thing that we noticed coming from our own team practice sessions to into this race was the setup, man. I don't know what was going on, but I think genuinely it explains a lot of the chaos that was going on at the end, because it was a plow.
And
the cars bottom out in the bottom.
Yeah.
I felt that in the qualifying runs. That if you ran too close to the stripe, you're bottoming out the car.
Oh no, we were bombing out everywhere. Like you saw a lot of the times when Ryan and I were lined up at the top. I mean, you could see he and I, like, my wheel was dead straight, and you could see, and I could hear the front end of my car smashing the ground. It was, they were running real low, but I meant they were fast.
So you're a road racing guy, right? A lot of GT3 experience. Have you run the 24 Hours of Daytona before?
Yes. So I'm I'm not actually a GT3 driver. I'm an endurance prototype driver.
Oh, my bad.
Yep, no worries. You couldn't have known. The main sponsor for my race car is I race for the Champions Motorsports Pro Team in prototypes, so in the LMDHs, and you know what? Those are good fun, and I have raced in the Daytona 24 Hours a good few times. Unfortunately, this year we had to pull out 3 hours before the race because I ended up dislocating my shoulder, and one of my teammates broke his foot. Both of us 3 hours before the race, so we just said it. Yeah, so we
almost made up for you here tonight. We almost made this 24-hour Daytona race tonight, just a bit of a different course.
Yeah, you know what? A few times in those final cautions, I was debating taking the bus. The Le Mans chicane, as it's now called. But I'll be honest, I was too focused on saving fuel. So,
how close were you there at the end, if I can ask?
Fumes.
I mean, I was blowing into the. I'm blowing into the gas tank to try and get something.
We knew the fuel window was 17 laps, right? But when you guys are taking splash and goes before the green white checkers, you never know what you actually have in the tank.
Yeah, I mean, you say that, and it's funny, but me and the guys, we figured out a way of running it where I was actually able to, when we pitted for the first time, we pitted a lap ahead of the pack, and I still had 5 laps of fuel.
Very good.
On lap 18 or whenever we pitted.
Very good.
So, we were really rolling there on the fuel. And, I mean, I think the biggest learning experience for me right now is to try and understand how the other drivers drive a little bit around the racetrack, seeing who I can trust, who I can't. Unfortunately, especially after the last little bit of this race, I hope it's just a one-off, but it seems as if the list of people I can't trust is getting a little bit longer than the list of people I can trust. But when the Ryan Sizemore drivers, we all got linked up, super promising. Obviously, I'm sure you guys saw. We pitted in off the back of the main pack, and then we came out at the front. So, we worked together really well. We understand each other really well. And... it's us 4 guys together. I think we might end up being the team to beat. There's us versus then the Whitehead Racing guys, and we'll have to see how it goes.
Good deal, brother. Hey, man. Well, I just want to say, great race for you, man. I mean, we were kind of worried about how you're going to be able to take the draft, and there's some spots, it got a little shaky, but you kept it under control, and that takes a lot of skill. Just before I let you go, man, let you go party and drink or do whatever you want with the Sizemore boys over there. Do you have any sponsors you'd like to thank?
Yep. So I'd like to thank CMSRacing.com, the Champions Motorsports Pro Team. I'd like to thank all the sponsors for the Running Sizemore Racing team, whose names I currently cannot forget because I've had 3 glasses of whiskey to get me through this race.
My man.
Like caution 4, man, I was throwing him back. You forget about this one.
Sorry to interrupt, but what kind of whiskey guy are you? What are you sipping on, if you don't mind me asking?
You know what? It depends on my mood.
Okay.
Either I like a really nice old bottle of Scottish Scotch.
Okay, I've heard of that.
Nice old bottle. Glengoyne, Glenfiddich. Those are all good ones. And if not, and ironically, and shout out to my team owner Ryan for this one, Kentucky bourbon.
Okay.
Is my drink.
So I'm a diehard whiskey guy. I like my ryes. I like my whatever you want to throw out there. If I can give you one suggestion on a very good whiskey, it's called Mixtures. find a bottle of it, get a bottle of it. It's the smoothest whiskey you'll ever have. So
damn, you'll have to send me that one in writing.
I got you. I'll send you a screenshot of what I got. So, well, Mr. Thomas
Perfect.
Fisher, we appreciate you, man. Hope to see you the rest of the season, man. Have fun. Go party with your team, brother.
Yeah, absolutely will. And Chris, I'm excited to see you in the rearview mirror. Same with you, Papa.
Oh, okay, we got you.
You know what? There will be one time where I'm sure I'll see you in my front is when I'm lapping you on the road courses.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, that's fair. That's 100% right.
Hey,
Actually, I would just pull off. I don't want to even deal with that nonsense of being shamed.
You know what? You say that, but funnily enough, at the end of during last season when I was brought in to coach the guys on the road courses, I ran 2 full race stints, and obviously this is a while ago, and as it turned out, we worked it out. By in the end, I would have won by 47 seconds.
Good night. Well, brother, I hope to see you out there in those road courses. I'm gonna try my best to put you in a wall at least somewhere on a short track.
Got it.
Yep, I'll repay the favor.
Awesome, brother. Well, hey, man, go party with your team, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, will do. Cheers. Bye.
So, Mr. Papa, any takeaways or anything before we cut it short here?
I mean, I'm just going to ignore the last 15 laps of that race, and you're take it for what it's worth, right? And I'll focus on the better parts of the race. I took some good notes for myself as far as guys who look like they have a really good strategy, good amount of car control and confidence, can handle the draft really well, take a push, give a push, and some guys that I'm going to avoid like they have COVID. So that's my thought. How about you?
I'm on the same page. I mean, a lot of the guys who I thought were going to be the people who were at the most cause of cautions weren't. Mr. Fisher, for once, I mean, coming from he says he's got a little experience in oval racing, but that's years ago, different kind of car, coming from a guy that's raced the prototype cars and everything. It's a totally different form of racing that he's used to. I thought he was going to be a problem. I thought DJ was going to cause some problems, and a couple other guys out there, but it looked like for the most part, everybody kept it pretty clean. I've learned that I could trust quite a few more people than I could last season. And fair enough, last season I kind of had my blinders on. It was me and my team versus the world, and I'm finally out of that mindset. I know who I could trust and who I can't. But I'm kind of excited for the season. I mean, we seem like we've took a step up in competition. I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah, there's some talent out here this season. So I've always spectated. I've kind of watched the odds of either the broadcast or watched through Christian Rose's stream. So I kind of watched the guys the champion, if you will. So that's been my purview. So I know a good chunk of these guys going in, but never really raced with a good chunk of them either. Got my own fenders into it. I'm on the aggressive side sometimes, especially when I think I've got a good piece. So I'll make some frenemies, I'm sure, this year.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's what's going to come along with these guys racing more with each other is that give and take factor. Sometimes it's better to give, sometimes it's a lot better to take, and you've got to figure out who you can do that with. And I'm with you. I'm usually more on the aggressive side, but if I say we're at a short track somewhere, and I've seen some guy absolutely smoking tires down the track, burning them up, I'm gonna let him go. I'll see you in 5 laps, buddy. So that's what it's.
That's me.
Yeah,
that's me.
That's what it's gonna take for. And you see guys like Ruse, McQuaid, TJ, DJ. I mean, a lot of those guys, you see them doing that, and they've honed that skill, and it's obviously proven to work. I mean, you've got some guy who actually burned tires. He's gone through his tires before the last 10 laps, and you're sitting there cruising. You've saved your tires, and you're right behind him. You're going to blow the doors off of him, no matter how fast lap time he's got sitting there. So, well, Mr. Chris, I guess this does it for the Chris and Chris tandem here. I want to once again thank you, Chris Hupka, for putting this race on. Thank you for all the drivers, all the sponsors. Thank you for joining me here tonight. Any final words from you?
No, thanks for having me. This is my first time doing it. I wish we would have had the YouTube piece up, but I hope the TikTok fans have enjoyed the stream.
Yeah, I mean, once again,
maybe they learned something too.
Yeah, once again, I want to apologize for the YouTube viewers out there that's tuned into the TikTok. Some technical difficulties, something out of everybody, nobody could have controlled. We'll try again. Try again. Once again, good night, TikTok. Thank y'all for watching.